Mila
and Lena's way.
What's up, guys? It's me, Lena, and I'm back. Sorry for the videos being uploaded so late. I've been super busy and I've been trying to get them up daily, like how the episodes come on. But the next episode will air on May 1st, so it's gonna be May. That is on Monday, so that's like next month, and I think there might be the series, but I'm not series, oh my god, no, season finale. I know I have to go see it and look at it, guys, because all my episodes, I feel like my episodes are either one number off or one number behind. I do not know. Somebody tell me, like somebody that know about the show, that's all, like doing the show, somebody just tell me if I'm like, what episodes am I on, because I do not know what episode I'm on, literally. I'm just going by what PlayStation View said, and then Wikipedia said another, so I'm just like, bruh. But yeah, this episode was lit and scary, guys. It was a really good part when Seth was being evil. I'm like, bro, why is Seth? Oh, Seth been messing with Ryan since he was a baby. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. If you guys see me wear this shirt before, it's because it's my favorite shirt. So yeah, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And let's just go and get into this review recap. So they went searching for the ooze all around the school. It's all up under the school, the whole school. So they couldn't zap it. Ryan was like, it can destroy the whole school. So Sprite was like, so what I'm hearing is it's a win-win, right? Yeah, right? No, right? Anyway, so the jocks and football players are trying to like run up on him, but he uses force field to block him off. So then Mark was like, look, bro, we practicing. So then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, you do you and I do me. So the coach was like, you want to be on the team? So he's like, well, what do I need to, what kind of grades do I need? So Mark was like, you need passing grades. And Sprite was like, I'm out, not about to study for nothing. Okay, so bye. So he was like, well, it's like when I pee in the school pool, I'm not really doing no real damage, and the school uses twice as much of chlorine now. So then Harris was like, that's disgusting but highly accurate. So they have to go see what they doing. It's 8 miles of ooze. They need the cure that Harris used, the antidote that Harris had used on himself when he had got oozed up. They're gonna use that. But Claw Boone was really big, and if Claw Boone ever absorb the monster that they defeated, if they ever absorb that ooze, it would kill the whole world most likely. So they're gonna have to get every last drop of that ooze. That sounds disgusting. But Leo got the Mech X3 giant drill and mixed with a Mech X4 system. He's gonna make it fix and work. So Ryan was kind of a little acting all cocky, like, we're gonna get Seth. So then Leo was like, don't not act cocky, because I'm the one who tried to stop Seth. And he was like, look, Seth is evil. He's an evil man. He want to do evil stuff, and you can't let him do that. So he was like, well, but none of this ever really worked because I needed a technopath. So then I was experimenting. So then Ryan was like, wait, you was experimenting on a baby? He's like, no, I was experimenting when you was a baby. I experimented on your parents. So then he was like, that don't sound any better, but they was volunteers, and somehow they didn't get the technopath powers, but they passed on to him. So what happened was they did not love him. They loved him very much, Leo said, but somebody was after them, and he assumed it was Seth. Somebody was after them, and they was fearing for their life and for their child's life. So they had Leo, which I'm guessing Leo's probably like godfather. They had Leo put him up for adoption so he could live a normal life, for him to be safe. So Seth been interfering this whole time with his life, but he meant to tell. He made sure he told him that your birth parents loved you. They're in hiding somewhere. I don't know where they are, but hopefully they show up. And we were like, oh my god, like, who are they? But they don't have the technopath. Well, I don't know, maybe they do now, but they didn't have the technopath powers then. So then he was like, look, man, calm down. Leo was like, I don't have all the answers right now. I'm just back into the loop. When I went in, Tay was reintroducing crop tops. So then Ron was like, I don't even know that reference. So then he was like, that's not even that long ago. Like, that was 3 years ago, bro. What is... I'm guessing Tay is Taylor Swift, but I still don't remember when she was reintroducing crop tops. So, like, that'd be 2014. I don't know. Maybe she did. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know, but he was like, look, I felt he really kind of, like, I like Seth too. Ryan really liked Seth, Mike liked Seth, and it was like, Seth was like a new stepdaddy or a new daddy. I'm just like, bro, then he went and flipped the script like this, like, rude. But anyway, he was like, well, I'm going to do what any superhero does with a secret identity. Lie to my mom. So he lied. Boy, he hacked into the food truck festival thing and got his mom in there so she can start doing her food truck in there. So she's going to be gone for, in case, like, the whole city blow up, she wouldn't be nowhere near it. So he got her in there. So then Mark was like, you know what, you ready to destroy Smooth? And Ryan was like, yeah, man, I'm all good. So Crisis is really the mother of magic, because Seth said he sent mindless monsters to go fight a robot that has a mind. So I'm gonna control the robot. And he was like, here's some of this. And then Morris was like, what's that? He's like, chameleon DNA. with a little twist. So he's gonna be invisible. So it was 4 a.m. The only person that would be at the school would be Harris, and Mark was like, Harris is here, so no one's even at the school. They was gonna go, they started drilling into the ground. I'm like, Ryan, how you doing that? But he went and drilled into the ground. I wonder if his fist hurt, but he went and drilled into the ground, and then something came and punched him. It was invisible. It was a freaking wasp. So Spider was like, wasps, wasps, wasps. He's like, invisible wasps, worse. This is worse. This is bad. This is too much. Oh my god. Because it was a freaking, it was a wasp with chameleon DNA. If y'all didn't know that chameleon, they can turn into any type of color, any type of pattern where they are being at that moment. So, yeah. When Seth was like, oh my god, this is so cool, and I thought that Harris like, we can recalibrate it and make sure that like we can see it as a sonar to see where it's coming from. So it was killing Ryan. I'm like, bro, Ryan is about to die. This is like, why is Seth trying to just physically trying to kill him? I haven't seen a villain like this in like trying to physically kill a child. Like, that is a child. You trying to kill him. You're not even trying to like spare him and keep him as prisoner. You trying to kill him. So yeah. He ended up hurting, wounding the wasp, and he's like, well, how you like getting stung? But then Morris is like, oh, well, you got hit. And Seth's like, no kidding, stupid. But I prepared for this. So Seth called the press. Cassie, the reporter, was like, I'm from the news. She's like, I'm reporting live from Grandma live stream. So she's like, look, your time is dying. I'm on Grandma live stream. So what he did was he made it seem like Mech X-4 was the bad guy. When they shot the missiles out, the wasp flew away and he was invisible, and it made it just look like he was shooting shit straight at the school, and he did. I don't know why they didn't retract the missiles or something. I guess they couldn't, but the missiles blew up the whole school. So Cassie was so upset. The reporter was like, look, I told you he was evil. I told you he was evil. Because, you know, they look like he's a Fox News reporter, because he just reminded me of a Fox News reporter on Fox and Friends. But yeah, he was like, look. So they was getting bashed pretty hard. Ryan was changing the channel with his eyes, and you know, it wasn't really good because Seth sent out a press conference. He's like, look, I'm about to turn my the town hero into public enemy #1. So he went and sent out a press thing saying, look, I'll get all the ooze, I'll clean it up, and I'll talk to the mayor. I'm going to rebuild the new school. So it worked out perfectly for Seth because he's going to get to keep the ooze, because the military don't know what to do with ooze. What are you going to do with ooze? What are you going to do with it? So that was pretty bad. And then his mom called, because he was like, what else can get any worse? What can get any worse? You know what I'm saying? That, like, you know what the saying when you say, oh my god, can anything more bad happen? Mark had stopped him from saying that. So then he was like, don't say that. And he was like, why? He said, because stuff get worse. So then his mom called, and he answered it with his head. I'm like, bro, you could just boop, 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 hello. But he answered it, and his mom was like, oh, you think I would leave? Stay here at this festival when it's a killer robot on the loose? No, Seth got me a helicopter and I'm at his place now. So then he was like, what? So then he was like, mama, get away from Seth. So then he was like, Seth took the phone and he was like, you really think you can walk around in my mind, bro? I've been learning your secrets. And he was like, I know everything. Your friend's the robot and you want your mommy? Come get her. That was literally, I think, even though it was the most evil scenes, it was one of the best scenes, because that actor, the guy who was playing Seth, that was like a good scene, because he was like, you want your mommy? Come and get her. It's like so savage. I'm like, you talking to a child and you're about to, you have their mother kidnapped, and I'm like, how are you doing this? How are you living with yourself? But anyway, Leo was like, you can't do that. You can't punch no hole in his penthouse and wall. You're going to get trapped. He was basically telling him, you know, don't do that. And Harris was telling him too. But then Mark and Ryan was like, look, that's our mom. We got to go get it. That's our mom. We got to go get this. So he's like, look, Ryan said that Harper drove his birth parents away, and he's not going to mess with his family no more. So he's going to go and do enough is enough. Enough is enough. So then Harris was like, okay, well, we got to be safe. We're going to do this. So then Spider's like, real quick question. Does your mom like bad boys? And it was like, inappropriate. That's disgusting. Don't talk to me. So Spider was like, yeah, bad timing. I'm like, Spider, yeah, it's been pretty bad timing. But anyway, he's like, look, basically she can ground us after we save her life. We can so we gonna be okay for now, as long as we do that. So then Harris is like, wait a minute. Is she gonna tell my mom about me being here? And she's like, cause I told her that I was on the wrestling team. So then Mark was like, oh, well, she already knew you was lying then, because you're not on a wrestling team, Harris. So they was worried about getting in trouble for a little bit, but they went to go do that. But the military was there. He set them up. The military was there, and the military was trying to kill him. So then Ryan was like, wait, if we die, we can't save Mom. If the robot died, we can't stop Seth. So what are we gonna do? So Harris is like, look, Ryan, Mark, it's y'all call. It's y'all mama. It's y'all call. So then Mark was like, you're right. We gotta go. We gotta leave. So the kids, they was getting killed. They was getting killed too much, and it was too much for me. Leah was right. Mark was like, you was right. I don't want to admit it, but she was right. Everything was on fire. It was too much. So the mama, she was at the window at the penthouse, and then she knew that robot. When he looked into her eyes, she was like, baby? But she really didn't know, but she knew it was something up. So Seth was trying to tell Grace that, you know, Mark and Ryan was going to be okay. He was in like fine, and he was basically lying. So he's like, look, well, the goo and the ooze is like, I'm going to take care of it. So then the military was like, well, the robot's over there on Mount whatever, at a mountain. So the device needed more calibration because all of the ooze is alive. So Morris was like, look, you know, you're going to have to fix your little device because this is a lot of oozy, nasty stuff. And I ain't got time to be doing this. Where's my paycheck coming? So he was basically like, look, calm down. I got the ooze. The robot gonna be dead. It's no robot. And Grace gonna have a shoulder to cry on when she hear the bad news about her children. I'm like, you gonna kill her kids and then you gonna just like date her. That's fine, but that's not fine. No. So Seth, he touched the ooze and he was like, here's to the birth of the new world and to the end of this one. Like, first of all, his intentions was good at first. He wanted to say the world stop polluting, you know, but now it's just turned into death. I don't know whether this is a good idea or is it a bad idea. Like, we do need to stop polluting, guys. See, and if you don't stop polluting, this wasn't happening. You have people like Seth come in and do this. So you guys need to, like, stop polluting and recycle more. But like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video. Comment your theories. I knew Seth was the evil man. I just want to know how it's going to end with this two-parter. Guys, I don't know. I feel like they might defeat Seth, or Seth might go away or something, or Seth might want to hide, and I don't know how they're going to leave it off. Hopefully they don't leave it off on a cliffhanger because I cannot wait any longer. I need to know what's going to happen. I want to know if his mom is going to be like mad or like what's going to happen. I just need to know where's the deal going to go and all this and that. So guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on my social medias, and I'll see you guys next time.